Hello, Olympian baseball fans and Luke Martin Show fans, just in general, coming to my website, wishing you a happy Easter and hope you're having a great Easter, depending on when you're viewing this. I'm obviously doing this a little bit later here in the evening, about around 3:30ish. Talking to Columbus East baseball. First and foremost, I apologize. Had some things going on over the past couple days, not being able to post some stuff, post some blogs, have some time, but if you are my friend on Facebook or know someone that has Facebook, go to my Facebook page and you'll be able to look at some pictures that I've taken of the Olympians so far this year. I'm also going to put a photo album on my website, so you really won't have to worry about that, going to all that Facebook struggles and all that stuff. Just wanted to put that on there for you guys to have something to look at over the Olympian baseball success, which they have. Obviously, you probably know by now, since most of you go to the games that do follow my website or just follow the website just in general to keep it up to date. The Olympians are 5-4 on the year, which you look at it and you may think, man, 5-4, that's not too great. But for this Olympian baseball team, that is a big deal to be 5-4 right now, which is by far the best start it's had in my time covering the baseball team. Remember, the most wins they've had in a season in my 4 years, 7. 7 games, 7 years. It seems like it's been that long, but 7 games. They got 5 right now. They play Monday, depending on weather. I believe they play Wednesday, and they got a doubleheader against B South on Saturday. They got a big week coming up, to say the least. And these are some games that really going to separate themselves. And I was talking to the coaches. My opinion was on the Jasper Invitational that was really going to say a lot about them. Jasper made it to the state championship game last year. Would have been a great test. Wish they would have been able to play them, because that would have been a great measuring stick type of game for them. But they weren't able to. But now, looking at this baseball team and what they have ahead of them, they could stack up some wins here. And obviously, in 2 weeks, they play arch rival Columbus North. And Columbus North, deservingly so, has been the talk of the town recently, being undefeated. I still believe they are undefeated. Haven't seen anything. I don't get the paper anymore. So I'm trying to keep up to date with how they're doing. They are a solid team. And Columbus North, obviously, when you're ranked top 15 in the state, they may be close to being top 10 if they still have not lost. They got some solid players, Hunter McIntosh on that team. Joe, I mean, they got some solid guys on that team. But like I tell Columbus East faithful, and they were like, do you think we're going to beat the Bulldogs? Well, we'll find out in a week or so. But I always say you want to play your best baseball come sectional time, because in the state of Indiana, everyone's in the tournament in every sport. Everyone's in the tournament. You can win so-and-so such games in the regular season, but if you lose, if you go 27-1, and that one loss was in the first round of sectionals, that season's pretty much a waste. It matters playing your best baseball at the most important time. It's the same thing with football, same with basketball. You look at the basketball team this year, they got beat by Columbus North in the regular season. But you know what? The Olympians won when it mattered. They won when it mattered in the sectional semifinals. They won. They beat our rival Columbus North, got some revenge, which maybe you'll see in baseball. Maybe the Olympians fall in the regular season matchup, beat them come sectional time, or maybe the Olympians beat them both times, or maybe the Bulldogs somehow sneak in there. But they're a solid team. But we don't have to worry about Columbus North for another week or so. They're a good team. You can't, no matter how big of an Olympia person are, sometimes I do look through orange and brown glasses and look for the East perspective here. But you got to tip your cap to Columbus North and congratulate them on such a great start to this season. The bottom line is they're winning games. I don't know how they're winning games. I'm not going to them and stuff. But don't put a lot of stock in it, is what I'm saying. Because I think the Olympians have had a much tougher schedule, a lot tougher teams than they've had to deal with on their schedule. That's just my opinion. That's not necessarily right or correct. But the Olympians just got to focus on themselves. You want to pay attention to what your arch rivals do, and you want to beat them. You want to be able to be better than them. But you know what? You don't have to be better than them through the course of a season. You just got to be better than them when you play them. And we'll find that out in a week or so. But this is a good Olympian baseball team, folks. They're 5-4. They're 5-4. That is a good record for this team. They got a lot of young guys. They are young. They're going to be gaining experience as games go on. Christian Wickman's going to be one heck of a player. Already is. BT Wickman's a heck of a player. Kellen Otto's starting to wake up the echoes from the plate, and he pitched his best game of the year by far against Bedford. Shane Henderson is the best baseball player in Columbus, by far the best athlete in Columbus. Shane Henderson is a phenomenal player. And you just go up and down the line. East can hit, and they're starting to hit, which is a positive. In every win this season, every win, the Olympians have scored double-digit runs. That's phenomenal. That is very rare. So when the Olympians win, they're going to put up a lot of runs on that board, which is a positive. Ryan Leffler, he's struggling from the plate a little bit, but I know Ryan, he's going to be fine. He is going to be ready to go for the rest of the season. He's just got to wake up the echoes, and once he does, he's going to be a solid player. But they're all solid players. Pitching-wise, they're solid. This is a good Columbus East team. And I apologize again for not being able to get to them the past couple of days and write something on them. You may be thinking Luke Martin's not thinking Olympian baseball, but I am thinking Olympian baseball. I always am. You got to play. I've been thinking for Michelle Otto and Mike Otto out there. I've been thinking of some Johnny Cash music recently. This is a little funny note there. That's an inside joke, people. But we'll see what happens for the Olympians later on this week. I'm anxious to see where they go, because everyone knows that Columbus East is going to be in some tough situations coming up. The schedule, whichever you want to play it off as, but I like this team. I'm confident in this team. I like Cody Edwards. I like all those guys. Yates, Burkhart. They got some solid players. I think the bottom line is, don't worry about what's happening on the north side of town or right across the baseball diamond. We'll worry about them come May. I think that's what a lot of people need to focus on. Let's focus on this team. Focus on. I think they are. I think that's just from my perspective, from a media perspective. You got to look as a whole, and you got to analyze. An analyst. But I like this baseball team. If I would put my stock in somebody, because I've watched them, I like this Olympian team. They can hit. They are a solid team. They're a good, solid group. And I sure hope the heck they can have a great season, end up beating them dogs. It's always great to see the Olympians torch the dogs. But we'll see if they can make it 2 years in a row, but that's still a week down the line. But we'll see what happens. We got a big game Monday against Floyd Central. Hopefully the weather stays nice. But we will see what happens. This is a strong Olympian baseball team. I just wanted to get a little podcast video cast out there. I'm not looking too bad today. Got the Easter stuff still on. Trust me, Luke Martin does not dress in shirt and ties all the time, folks. All right, I do relax. Dress in some Purdue gear, obviously. Getting some Ball State gear in there, since I'll be going to Ball State here shortly. But I hope you enjoyed this video cast. For the first time, I'm going to try to get some more, maybe every Sunday. We'll try to get one heck of a deal. But from the bottom of my heart, thank you to all the Olympian fans out there, and I hope this is a very special day. Remember the meaning of Easter. Jesus is alive. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be able to live my life and be able to accomplish my dreams. And neither would any of you. You wouldn't be able to live, have a great family, be able to do the things that we do today if it wasn't for what Jesus did for all of us. And we need to remember that today. Just a special message and a very special day. Spend time with your family. And I'm so glad to call the Columbus East baseball team part of my family. All of those guys. I love each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. I hope you guys have a great Easter and have a happy Easter. I'm Luke Martin for the Luke Martin Show. God bless you all. Thank you all for what you do for me. Happy Easter, everybody.